Okay. Hey fanboys, hey fangirls, Carnell Holley here. So this is day two. I'm with the iconic rap pop star DMC.
In the place to
You
be.
know what I'm saying? So I saw you at MomoCon. And,
Yes,
and
yes,
I
I'm
and I
back.
didn't know that you created a comic book. And
Why you
so
was wondering why I was there?
yeah, I was like, is he performing? Like, no, I didn't see that on the guest list. So I was like, okay, but for those that don't know,
Yes.
like, how did your comic book come about?
Before hip hop came over the bridge from the Bronx into Queens, New York. Before I got infected like a zombie bite in the zombie apocalypse by rock and roll music, all I did as a kid was read, collect, and draw comic books. From kindergarten all the way up to like eighth grade.
Okay.
So hip hop comes over the bridge. And I put two and two together. Oh, wow. It's not show business. You can tell stories about who you are like they do in the comic books. So for 40 years, for 40 of the 51 years of hip hop, my whole musical career was me just pretending to be the most powerful entity in the hip hop universe. Thor is the son of Odin. I'm the son of Bifrost. Son of Byford, brother of Al. Banner's my mother, runs my pal. It's McDaniels, not McDonald's. These rhymes are Darryl's, those burgers are Ronald's. I ran down my family tree, my mother, my father, my brother, and me. Thor is the son of Odin from Asgard. He got a brother named Loki. He got a hammer. I'm Darryl McDaniels, the son of Byford from Hollis. I got a brother named Alfred, and I got a Mike. So long story short, the Easter eggs have always been there.
Right.
Crash through walls, come through floors, bust through ceilings and knock down doors. Rappers don't do that. Superheroes do that. So about 8 years ago, a friend of mine said, D, your first love was comic books. Darryl McDaniels became DMC because of the confidence that comic books gave him. You should do a comic book. So 8 years ago, a friend of mine convinced me to do a comic book because comic books is the whole foundation of my existence, especially Marvel comic books. When I was shouting out DMC from Queens, Kings from Queens, my name is DMC, I come from Queens, Christmas time in Hollis, Queens, people thought I was repping my hood.
Right.
But the reason why I was shouting out and so enthusiastic and proud about coming from Queens, when I was a little kid and I found out Spider-Man, Peter Parker is from Queens
Right.
like me, it blew my mind. So I did a comic book to be a tribute and a celebration of what makes comic books special to every generation. So I started DMC Comic Book Company.
Right.
Now I couldn't use Marvel. I can't use DC. I can't use Milestone. I can't use Valiant. I can't use Image. So my friend Riggs Morales, big shout out to Riggs Morales and Eminem, my fellow comic book lovers. He said, what would you call your comic book company? So I had to think for a minute. Y'all know D's for doing it all of the time, M's for the rhymes that are all mine, C's for cool as can be, and I wear glasses or contacts so I can see. I was like, you know what? My name is Darryl. I'm going to be making comic books that I've loved since I was a kid in kindergarten. I'm going to just call my comic book company Darryl D. Makes Comics. So it was already written for me to be doing this. When I met Riggs at a music meeting, when I walked in the room, and we talk about music and hip hop,
Right.
first thing he says to me, like, DMC, you was my superhero. The way you looked and the way you rhymed, what was it like when you was a kid? So then I answered him by telling him everything I just told you.
Okay.
So he said, yo, I have all the qualifications to do a comic book. Because I'm not a rapper thinking just because I got a bunch of hit records, oh, let me do business and make money. No, because this comic book culture is sacred and special and holy to me.
Right.
So I wanted to celebrate all my fellow geeks and nerds. So it's not just a passion, it's a part of it.
In a superhero. I'm feeling that. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed because I noticed the homage to Spider-Man, and it was just like,
Yes,
okay,
it's
so
all props to the things that inspired me.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you think about superheroes,
right,
all the superheroes are smart.
right,
Peter Parker is probably smarter than Tony Stark. Reed Richards is brilliant. Professor X. So when I was growing up, I got teased, bullied, and picked on because I was into these comic books. You into that corny make-believe stuff. And I'm crying, yes, I am. You goddamn right I am. But I saw myself in a superhero
Right.
because they were educated. I went to Catholic school my whole life. I got teased, bullied, and picked on. I got straight A's. But I saw something in these suits. The Hulk, Dr. Bruce Banner, the only time I saw smart, educated people that was badass was in the comic books. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the game.
Right.
I don't sell weed. So my outside world, I didn't relate to that. But I related to all of these superheroes in the comic books. And all the superheroes, when they're not the superheroes, personally, they're going through something.
Sure.
They all have issues and trauma. So I said, wow, it's okay for me to be me. And hip hop and rock and roll allowed me to manifest the make believe or pretend. Like I go to elementary schools and speak to kids now. Pretend is not corny. Pre means before. Pretend, I was pretending I was the king of rock. What happened? I was pretending I was the devastating mind controller. What happened? I was pretending I was the son of Byford, just like the son of Odin. Now I'm known around this universe as the son of Byford. So comic books taught me what I saw in these characters, I saw in myself. Hip hop allowed me to express that. So now I'm just turning off the music, putting down the mic, and doing with a book. That's what Riggs said. Riggs Morales, thank you. He said, D, with a book, with the comic book that empowered you to be the most powerful entity in the hip-hop universe, I could do the same thing with a book that I do with music. Because it's the arts, the creative storytelling, artistic, dancing, and finger painting, and molding, and creating, and building, and storytelling, and film, what you're doing here. It's the arts that succeeds where politics and religion fail. That's why we do what we do. This is true communication. This place right here is a perfect reflection of the world. People from all walks of life, all over the globe, who are into all different things, but it's really the same things. We love characters because we see ourselves in the characters. We love the stories because these stories give us hope about the own lives that we live. So everything I've done with music for 40 years has prepared me on this 8-year journey so far coming.
Nice. And what issue are you on currently?
Right now, here at the FanX Comic Con 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm up to DMC issue number 3.
Okay.
Issue number 4 will be debuted at the New York City Comic Con in October. So the next time I come here,
Right.
I will have issue number 4. Because like the Terminator said, I'll be back. And also, I like doing things that make people smile. Started out with music. Then the music set me up and gave me the confidence to come with a comic book. So now I was thinking, what else could Darryl make? So Darryl, DMC, Darryl Makes Cookies. I have cookies. So you can listen to my music, read my comic books, and eat cookies because I like to do things that make people
You gotta wear
smile.
gloves because that it's.
So issue number 4 will be out this year.
This year, okay.
Yeah, this year.
Gotcha. So I know about the biography that's dropping on Peacock.
Yes, the Run-D.M.C. Kings from Queens biography is out on Peacock now. It's a 3-part biography that gives you a quick but overall view of what me, Run, and Jay did together to change the world.
Sweet. Hey, you have a full.
Oh, my memoir.
Right there.
Oh,
right
I'm dumbing it up.
that
Yes. I did a book called 10 Ways Not to Commit Suicide. Yes, you don't have to do it. You shouldn't do it. It's very unnecessary. And I did this book because I was an alcoholic, suicidal, metaphysical, spiritual wreck who didn't want to live no more, who found out he was adopted at age 35, and Jam Master Jay got shot and killed, and then my father died from cancer. All in that way. So imagine what I was going through.
Right.
But then I did the most powerful thing any man, woman, boy, or girl, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Asian, human being, demon, or Martian could do. I went to this thing called rehab to stop drinking, and I discovered therapy. And the beautiful thing about therapy is this: when you go, don't be nervous, and don't think that the therapist is going to cure you. That's not what it's about. The therapist is a decoy so you can do two things. Say stuff to yourself that you said you should have done, but you didn't listen to yourself. Or you start saying stuff that you need to hear yourself say to you. And meaning you can cry, you can laugh, you can be angry. These are your, I don't matter if you're mad, sad, if you're vulnerable, if you're scared, confused, or afraid. Admitting all of that gives you the power necessary for what this and me being the King of Rock represent. I am living proof that you can beat and defeat whatever it is that you're struggling with. Anorexia, gambling, sex addiction, sugar addiction, that's my new problem, alcohol addiction, whatever it is. So I wrote this book, 10 Ways Not to Commit Suicide, because I'm sick and tired of the pain and the hurt. I do this for Chester, Chris, and Kurt. Death is appealing, so with death I flirt. I tell the world how I feel, and they think I'm a jerk. I'm not bugging, I'm struggling. All this guzzling is puzzling. So I stopped hanging with Jack and Jim, because Jack Daniels and Jim Beam wasn't really my friends. So I could fight and win a battle to show you can win.
Sorry. Sir, appreciate you.
I appreciate you more, man. We're all in this together. Communication. Turn the camera on. Talk to people. Have dialogue. Create a story. Finger paint. Draw a picture. Write a play. Play an instrument. Write a poem. And your poetry don't even need to rhyme. You don't have to rhyme as good as me. You can just write a poem. Do something to communicate where you at and how you feel, and don't be ashamed about anything.
Appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.